Hi. Wednesday, December 19th, I think, something like that. And yeah, so there's been some changes since I've last talked to you guys. And one of them is that I have a new bed. You guys may have seen in my past vlogs how I've had this little itty bitty twin size mattress and box spring for so long. I had my old bed for, I want to say, about 15 years, actually more than that. I think it's been more like 18, and it was time for an upgrade. So my parents decided that either for this Christmas I was going to get a new bed or a new camera, considering that I broke my camera earlier this semester at about September or so, and I left it up to them, decided that they should be the ones to decide what to get for me, and my parents decided to get me a new bed. I'm so excited. It's a queen size mattress. It's so nice. It's very firm, which I'm totally cool with. It's so freaking comfy. I never want to get out of bed. So this is the bed. Please don't mind that it's a little wrinkly and messy. I tried to make it as best I could. But yeah, I've got a lot of pillows on there now too because I've recently moved back home from school and my laptop's right there because it's trying to download a very special video that by the time this video goes out you guys will have seen, incorporating my mother, and I'm very excited to edit it later today. But yeah, this is the bed. It's really freaking big. It's super comfy. I'm so freaking happy. So otherwise, I graduated from college. That's the next thing that I have had change in my life. I graduated from college. I finished up on Friday. You guys saw my little vlog thing I did Thursday night, and there's been some other things that have happened since then, but yeah, I'm done with school for good. The next thing is that, obviously, because I have this new bed, my room has been changed around, so the bookshelf and stuff, that's all still where it is. Those are still in the normal position as they have been, as you guys have seen in the last couple videos that I've been posting this past week. But there are going to be some more changes coming very soon, because I think that after Christmas, I'm going to get another small bookshelf and move my dresser over, because as you guys may see here, I have my dresser right here and my bookshelves here. The dresser is great, but it's definitely taking up space that I can use for another bookshelf because I'm running out of space for my books and it's really driving me nuts. So my plan is that after Christmas, I'm going to get a very small bookshelf. The bookshelves I have right now are 9 cubes. They're kind of like the ones you can get at Walmart for super cheap, and they have 9 cubes in them. And so I have about 18 shelves right here. I think I'm going to get a smaller one though to fit in this like back corner where the dresser is, which might hold like, it might hold like a 6 cube, really. It's about all it's going to really get, because unfortunately the 9 cubes are a little too wide for that small corner. So basically what I'm thinking of is having the dresser move to kind of more in front of my window here, which is totally fine. It's not blocking the air vent that's in my room, so that's fine. I don't even really open my window at all. So just move that over and put the shelf right back there. I'm hoping it's going to work, because it is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but the only time I'm really going to need those books is if I need to grab them for like a video or something, so we'll figure it out. Basically, that's kind of all the updates that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Other than that, really anything else that's been going on is that Kaya is currently at the vet. We had to go get her fixed today, unfortunately, so she's there. Mom is going to come get me in a little while to go pick her up and bring her home, so you guys will get to see her in her little cone of shame. I hope that those of you who finished up finals, that it went well for you. Finals was a bit stressful for me, but I think I'm gonna pull out and not have any problems. I think the last of my grades for my French class just went in today, and I think I'm ending with a B-, which I was really hoping for, because this class had been so stressful for me. I'm going to have a whole video talking about my undergrad experience here later this month. I think I'm going to be filming it actually this coming weekend. This week, the rest of this week, I'm going to be dedicating specifically for reading, for the most part. I mean, at least this vlog will be. But yeah, so I'm going to basically be getting started with reading a couple books this week. I'm going to hopefully get to a good point in both of them, because I'm trying to get back on my schedule of reading where I read about 100 pages a day, which, given right now the fact that I don't have any job lined up or anything, that's going to be a little easier. If I get a job, if I hear something by the end of this month about, you know, if I have a possible job, that may change. But as of now, I got the time, so I might as well do it. So the first book I'm going to start with today is Dangerous Deception, which is the last book in the spin-off series for Beautiful Creatures by Cameron Garcia and Margaret Stohl, following Link and Ridley, who are two minor characters within the main series. And I am really sad, but I'm really excited because this is the last book in the entire world. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my life after I finish it, because this is the first time I'm reading it. Because as you guys may know, I have read the main series now for the second time. I read the main series for the entire first time when I was in high school. And then I decided to reread the main series and then read for the first time all of the spin-off stuff, all the novellas, all of the other things that have been made within this world since the first time I read the whole series. And this is the last book in that entire world. And I'm really upset, but I'm really excited at the same time because I'll actually be able to have finished it, and I'll finally be able in 2019 to start with a new reread series that I'm very excited about, which you guys will hear about probably in my January TBR. I may even see if my mom will do something where she picks my TBR for January. I don't know. Currently on Dangerous Deception, I am on page 3. I read kind of the prologue-esque kind of beginning, and I haven't really got much further into it. It wasn't even really like, I think it was like 2 pages. Yeah, it was 2 pages, so not very far. But yeah, I'm gonna get started with that. Hopefully by the end of today, I will get that to about page 100. And then the other book, which I haven't even mentioned to you guys, was my November random TBR pick, which was Revival by Stephen King. I'm going to try to get to about 100 pages of this today as well, because I don't think much else is going to go on today, because since Kaya is going to be out of commission, she's going to need snuggles and stuff. So I think we're going to sit and watch some movies. May go to the gym with Robert later. I don't really know. It's going to depend. He's been kind of sleeping off and on throughout the day, unfortunately. Him's a tired boy. Well, we brought Miss Kaya back home from the vet. She's not real too happy. She's kind of feeling loopy. And all she wants is food.
She says, I can't believe you haven't fed me yet. You people suck.
Kaya, say hi to everybody. Say hello. Good morning, everyone. It is almost 9 a.m. on Thursday, December 20th now, and it's been a bit of a good morning so far. I got up a little early because Robert was going off to his interview, which I was going to go to with him, but because Kaya just got done with surgery and there wasn't going to be anyone else home today to take care of her and keep an eye on her, I decided to stay home instead so I could do that. So Robert took my car out to his interview, which is like half an hour away. So I hope he got there okay. I haven't heard from him as of yet. Anyway, as of this morning, I have started uploading my video with Mom, which actually has finished uploading as I speak, which is great. So you guys can go check out that video now. I thought it was super cute and so fun to do, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So last night I was not able to get to my 100-page mark that I wanted to with Revival by Stephen King. So the first thing I'm going to do this morning is get to that point. And currently Kaya, her status update now is she's actually doing really well. I think though she thinks that she can be super rambunctious like she normally is, but I think she's learning that it's not quite in the realm of her possibility as of yet, especially it being the first day after surgery. So we will see how today goes. She's been good so far. Right now, she's laying down in front of the front door, which usually is one of her favorite spots to lay down. It's usually really cold there, so especially that being on her stomach, she'll probably start feeling better here soon. So about 12 hours later, I have finally gotten to page 100 in Revival. It's taken me all day because the day kind of got away from me a little bit. I napped a little bit this morning, and then Robert got back from this thing that he went to, which didn't turn out very well, and then we sat and watched the X-Files for several hours. I took a shower, I had to help my mom with a photo shoot that she did, and then I just never got back to reading. So in the last like half hour or so, I've gotten back to reading. Well, I should say more than that, because I read it for probably about half an hour, went out and watched some stuff with my parents, and then I finished the rest of my goal from yesterday. So I still have to read 100 more pages today, but I might push it off to tomorrow because I don't really have a lot going on tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm just going into town to get a couple last minute things for Christmas for family with Robert, which won't take too long, and then I think I'm just gonna hang out here and do my reading. For Revival, I'm on page 104. I read 27 pages yesterday, and then I read the rest of it today. And then I'm up to page 102, like I said, of Dangerous Deception. So far in the last 2 days, I have read a total of 206 pages, which is a lot, considering how awful it's been recently with me in my reading because I've been so busy and stuff like that. But I'm very happy. I'm pretty sure that tomorrow I will be able to finish Dangerous Deception because I was surprised at how quickly it was for me to move through the first third of Dangerous Deception, and apparently on my Kindle it's only like 310 pages, so I think I should be able to move through it fairly quickly tomorrow. And Revival is... the last little bit I've been reading has moved fairly quickly, but it's been a bit of a slow start for me, and I think it's because this story makes it seem like it's supposed to be a lot darker than it is, and it's kind of dark, but not really. It's kind of a weird story. It's basically the first 100 pages I've gotten to. It has just been going through this main character's memories of this certain individual that came into his life when he was about 6 to age 9, and that's kind of been the beginning of the story, the first 100 pages. I don't know where it's going from here, but the synopsis of the story talks about how he meets the same man several years later, like almost 50 years later, I think, and a lot of it is him understanding the things that he didn't understand as a child, because there were some really crazy events that happened when he was a kid that ended up making this person he grew very close to in a short amount of time leave the city that he was in. And since then, he's become like a heroin junkie, and he meets up with this guy again and just finds out a lot of information, I guess, that he didn't know before. And unfortunately, it's not all good, is the thing. But I haven't really gotten anything that's super dark, and I think I was expecting it to be super dark right away because it's Stephen King. But I do like it so far. I guess I just was a little caught off guard that the first 100 pages was mostly just backstory,
which I'm not usually a fan of, but I think in this case it's kind of working. I don't know. I wouldn't give it a 5-star rating as of yet, and it's even a little too early to really make it that kind of a judgment call on it. I'm only like a quarter of the way through it at this point. It's a pretty solid 3-star, I will say, because even though it's pretty decent, it's a little slow, and I think that the way that the story sets itself up in the synopsis makes it seem like there should be a lot more condensing involved with the backstory, and I think that could be something that could have been done. But Stephen King is one of those authors who is known for his long, drawn-out backstories, especially with characters where their backstory plays a huge part in their current scenario, if that makes sense. I'm probably going to call it here because I don't know if I'm going to do much more reading tonight, but my goal for tomorrow is to get to at least the 300-page mark in Revival and then finish Dangerous Deception tomorrow if I can.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, December 21st. It's almost 11:30 in the morning. I've been up for a little more than like 45 minutes or so, maybe not quite. I'm gonna get started on reading more of Dangerous Deception, and I want to get this one done today because it's pretty easy to fly through. So anyway, that's my plan for this morning, and the majority of my day is doing that, and then going to get groceries, going to make fudge, and editing my video to go out tomorrow, my first 100 baby challenge video. So I'm pretty excited. Hello everyone, it is just after 3:30 in the afternoon right now, and I've just finished Dangerous Deception by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl, the final book in my Beautiful Creatures reread series. And to be completely honest, I am a little disappointed with how this story ended up. I am going to end up giving it a 3-star out of 5 because I think overall it was pretty decent, but I do not think in the slightest it is in any way the best ending to this story. And it's not even really the ending. So to kind of go into some of the Beautiful Creatures stories, so Dangerous Deception and Dangerous Creatures, the spin-off series dealing with Link and Ridley, happens pretty much immediately after the 4th and final book of the main series. I read several of the novellas that happened kind of after the series before I read the spin-off series because I wasn't sure what they were going to entail. So I kind of spoiled myself a little bit for what happens at the very end of the story, which happens in A Gatlin Wedding. And I gotta say, I feel like the spin-off series needed at least one more story because the ending of this one in particular left me with a lot of questions. Not so much questions, but it left me really kind of just disappointed. I felt like that the ending of the story in particular just ended on such a very strange note that I wish that there would have been something more added to it to kind of help with understanding why Ridley ends up in the way she does and how that ties back into why she comes in A Gatlin Wedding specifically. Because in A Gatlin Wedding, in that novella, it is Ethan's father's second marriage. They are literally going to have the ceremony right before the end of the story, and Ridley comes in with this guy named Knox, who we meet in the Dangerous Deception and Dangerous Creatures duology, and says that Silas Ravenwood is coming and is going to ruin everything, and it's kind of a last stand for this entire story. That novella I really loved a lot. It was a great concluding part to the entire world. I don't feel like, though, this end of the duology paints a clear enough picture to what happens between this point and the rest of the novellas that happen after this story, because all of the novellas seem, now that I've read this story, they seem to come after Dangerous Creatures, except for one of the novellas is in between books 2 and 3. I'm just very confused. I feel like I have to go into this more depth into a review, and it would take a long time because
I just felt like the story was not as gripping as I thought it was going to be. I just felt like it wasn't a very successful conclusion to this duology. I felt like it was really rushed, to be completely honest. That's really disappointing for me as a fan of the Beautiful Creature series, because it's been something I've loved since I was a teenager, but I had not read the duology following the main series until now. And just to see that, you know, the whole thing kind of ended, the duology itself ended on a really kind of unsatisfactory note, makes me a little upset. But I think in terms of the timeline that it is established in the novellas, it kind of makes sense, but I feel like then in that way the novellas were only done just to, I don't know, just to like get stuff out of the way. There could have been more, at least, of a tie between the ending of this duology and the novellas themselves, and I feel like that's where my biggest disappointment is I don't feel like there's a strong enough tie there. But overall, I'm giving Dangerous Deception a 3 out of 5 stars because it was really enjoyable for the most part. It was definitely gripping in some aspects, but was not gripping in its entirety, and I feel like there's not a really clear tie from the end of this story to the novellas that apparently are what come after it, because I didn't know that at first. I did not know that the novellas technically come after the spin-off series. It was just, you know, told to me that they were in prequel novellas and nothing more than that. But now, having read the spin-off series after reading the novellas, some things make sense in terms of what happens in the novellas, but there's just not a real clear tie. Anyway, so right now, it is almost time for me to head out to go shopping with Robert, so I'm going to get changed out of my pajamas, which I am still in, have been in them all day. Tori is going to be heading off to work here fairly soon, and Mom's going to be coming back, so I'm going to get changed and put Kai in her cage for a little bit until Mom gets back home from work and a meeting she has to go to. And later tonight, I am going to try to get to page 400 of Revival at the end of the night, I think, and I'm pretty happy. It's been a really successful reading day so far. I do have this book, I have Revival, I have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sainz, and A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin left for my TBR, and A Clash of Kings is really only if I can get to it. Well, slight change in plans as things have kind of gone a little south here at my house. So at about 2 o'clock this morning, I woke up hearing Kaya crying, and I went out to check on her, and it turns out that she threw up in her cage. And this has happened before when she's been on medication for stuff, but the last time this happened, she had seizures. And I think you guys might remember, if you've been here long enough, for that, where I was freaking out because we thought we were going to lose our dog and all this stuff, but she's fine now. We just think it might be the medication is causing some nausea for her after she's gotten fixed. So I have to go into the vet with my mom here in about half an hour. I went out after filming my last clip and found Kaya throwing up on our couch. So that's been great. Life with animals is crazy, just so you know if you don't have animals. Hey guys, so it is currently 10:42 at the moment. I need to plug my laptop in, but I wanted to update you guys on how the day has been. It's been a bit of a crazy day. I ended up having the fudge making with my grandparents get moved to tomorrow, so that was nice. It made it easier for me to go into town and get some last minute presents with Robert. And then I came home, had dinner, wrapped up some presents with my mom, watched a couple Christmas movies, and yeah, then I came in here and I started watching a YouTube video, but then decided to instead edit my Sims 4 video that is going out tomorrow. That is now currently rendering, so that should be done tonight as I sleep, and I can put that up tomorrow. It's not really a lot. It's mostly me just talking about the rules and stuff that is involved with this challenge for those of you that don't know the challenge and all that stuff and kind of what to be expecting. But yeah, so I am going to read Revival a little bit tonight if I can. I'm going to try to get to the 200 page mark. I wanted to get to 300 pages or 400 pages today, but it's already, like I said, almost 11 o'clock at night. I don't really see myself finishing it or getting to that point tonight, but I'm going to try to get through at least more of it if I can after I watch this video. And tomorrow I'm going to finish it probably earlier in the day, because after I upload that video, all I'm going to do before I go do fudge with my grandma is read. Hi guys, it is 9:15. Sorry I'm a little winded, and I have makeup on because I just finished doing a bunch of filming and then was going to do one more video, but my computer had to update, so it's currently still in the process of updating. So I just made my bed, which was a bit of an excursion because a lot of moving. Not used to a lot of movement yet. But so I wanted to end this reading vlog here because I haven't done any reading today after doing revival last night, and I don't know, guys. I had just done a video talking about my reading and college problems, and part of the reason why I have such a hard time with sitting down to read is because I feel like I have to hit a page goal every day, and I keep telling myself I can't do that, I have to stop doing that because it just makes me more and more stressed, and yet I still do it. The reason I say this is because I was supposed to film 2 reviews today. I was supposed to do my Dangerous Deception review and the review for Revival, but I haven't had really much drive to read it, and I don't know, it's like anytime I read anymore, I get sleepy, and I want to go to sleep and nap, because especially the last couple days, I haven't been sleeping well for some reason. I think that my mind's just kind of spiraling a little bit for some reason. I don't quite know why, but it is, and so I have just needed to take naps throughout the day, which is not fun. Well, it's nice for me because I get more sleep, but it's not good for my well-being because then it's like, oh my god, I have 50 million things to do. So, what I think I'm going to end up doing is next week, which pretty much starts tomorrow, as tomorrow is Christmas Eve, I'm going to try to get through more of Revival. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'm going to try to. And then hopefully get started with Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, because that is the last book I want to try to make sure I get done, because that's my random TBR pick for December, was Aristotle and Dante. And I may push off A Clash of Kings to the beginning of the month. Anyway, that is going to be it for me for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this reading vlog, which has been something I wanted to get back to doing. It's just been a matter of not having the time to do it because of school. So I hope I can get back to doing more of these. I don't know how many I'll do depending on how busy life gets, because I do have an interview now that I've scheduled for the 2nd of January, and I hope it turns into a job opportunity, which is part-time, which would leave me with still time to do videos and stuff, but it is going to depend on how busy I get, how much reading I get done during a week. So depending on how much reading I get done during a week, I definitely will be doing a reading vlog for the Buying a Bibliothon, but I think regardless of that, it's just going to depend. Bye, guys!